Hi everyone, and welcome to another apartment building video. So today I'm making this grungy, sort of gross looking studio apartment in the Arts District. And this is kind of for a Let's Play. It's not for a sim that I'm actually playing with in one of my Let's Plays. It's more so for a side sim who just aged up into a young adult. And I have been wanting to move her out to the city in this apartment specifically just because I want her to be closer to the sims that we actually do play with so that they can hang out with her. And originally I was just going to download an apartment off the gallery to use, but then I thought it'd be fun to actually make one because I haven't renovated this apartment, although I don't think I'd really call this a renovation because I still made it look like crap. But yeah, I just thought it'd be fun to just build a new apartment in this spot because it's been a little while since I made an apartment, and also apartments are just a good way to get a quick building video up, which is good for me these days. But what I was going for with this apartment was just the look of an apartment that was very run down and cheap, that the sim moved into and tried her best to make look nicer, like, you know, stuck some nice, well, there's not really a lot of nice furniture in this, but, you know, just kind of tried her best to make the apartment look a little bit nicer on a budget because this is a sim who just aged up into a young adult, so I didn't think it would make a whole lot of sense if she moved into this nice apartment on her own and had all this nice furniture in it. So yeah, it overall just looks very cheap and mismatched with a few nice things in it. You know, as if she just got furniture from secondhand places and stuff like that. And I actually really enjoy decorating in this style for some reason. I just find it kind of fun to try to make a mismatched style look decent. And I also find it a lot easier to furnish smaller spaces and larger spaces just because it's so much easier to really pack things in and make it look very homey and cluttered, because that's so much more difficult to do with larger spaces. So I did rearrange the layout of this apartment a little bit because originally the bedroom was where the bathroom and living room is, and then the living room was where the bedroom is, but I just want to switch things up a little bit so it wasn't the exact same layout as it was originally. So now the bathroom is where that one window is, so now you've actually got a window in there, which is kind of nice. And then I put the bedroom where the larger window is, and then I decided to just turn it into a studio apartment so that some of the light from the window would go into the living room, so the living room and kitchen wasn't completely closed off with hardly any light. This apartment didn't end up being that expensive either. I think it was around 30,000 simoleons, which is a good bit more than what you get as a single sim just starting out, but it's not too bad considering I made 50 or 60,000 simoleon apartments before, and part of that was because I decided to use that one 7,000 or 8,000 simoleon canopy bed, which I probably shouldn't have done, but that just kind of went with the whole trying to make the space look nicer thing, and I really liked how it looked in there, so I just decided, why not use it? It's probably the nicest thing that's in the apartment, but if I hadn't have done that, it would have ended up being quite a bit closer to 20,000, but oh well. I mean, if you want to make this apartment cheaper, you could easily just swap out the bed I put in for one of the cheaper ones, and then it'll be a lot closer to the starter price. But yeah, it was just nice to work on something smaller and quicker, because the last build I did, which was that one park, took quite a bit of time. I think I spent like 5 or 6 hours on that, so it was nice to just go in and work on something that took, I think, an hour, or maybe this took me a little more than an hour. It was pretty quick though. I did it all in one sitting, so yeah, that was nice. It was a nice break from working on larger builds, which is good because, as I've discussed in the past 3 or 4 building videos, some other videos recently, I've been traveling a lot for work this past month, so I just haven't had as much time to make videos, which is why I haven't been uploading as frequently. But fortunately, I get a break for 2 or 3 weeks before I have to leave again, so that's good. I get a little bit of breathing room because the past month I've just been going away for a week or so, then coming back for a few days and leaving again. I've gone away 4 separate times, and I've been switching between working overnight, then back to days, then back to overnight, sometimes with not a whole lot of time between. So while I enjoy the work, it's just been very hectic, so I'm glad to just get some room to breathe before going away again. Because yeah, with all the schedule changing and stuff like that, it's been kind of disorienting in a way, because I found that at some points I'm losing track of like what time of the day it is or what day of the week it is. Like, for example, one of the weeks when I was gone, I was actually working during the day. I worked Friday through Thursday, so it was like 7 days in a row of 12-hour shifts, and which wasn't bad. Like, it isn't as bad as it sounds. But yeah, I'm used to working the usual Monday through Friday 9 to 5 kind of deal. So I was thinking that Friday was Monday since that was the start of my work week, and therefore I thought Saturday was Tuesday, and the hotel I was staying at had complimentary breakfast, which started at 6 a.m. during the week and then 7 a.m. on the weekends. And on Saturday, I went to get breakfast at, it was like 6:40 or 6:45 or something like that, because I had to be at work at 7. And I just went in there and started dishing out my food. And then the hotel staff walked out and they were like, "What are you doing? We're not even open yet. We don't even have all the food out." And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I don't remember what day of the week it is because I'm working these crazy hours and I'm really sorry." And they were just kind of like, "Okay, just finish getting your food, and then when you're done, close the door so that no one else comes in here," which I'm not sure if they really believe me because, I can't remember what day of the week it is. Probably isn't a good thing for an adult to be saying, but oh well. So that was a little embarrassing, but I mean, at that point, it's not like I was going to put all my food back in the bowls because I already, had toppings on and stuff like that. But I probably should have known something was up because there's 2 doors going into the breakfast area and only one of them was open, and then when I went in there, all the food was neat and topped off because no one had gotten into it yet. And I just kind of thought, I guess for some reason no one felt like getting up early to eat breakfast today, and I'm somehow the first person down here eating because there was no one down there at all, and it was like 40 minutes after breakfast, or I thought breakfast had started, and then I started getting the food, and I was like, something doesn't seem right. And then that's when the staff came out and they're like, what are you doing in here? But it wasn't that bad. I mean, they were pretty nice about it. so that was good. But I don't have to go away for a couple more weeks, so it'll be good to just kind of return to normalcy a little bit. And I don't really have to travel as much throughout the rest of the year, because through the end of the year, I only have to go away once a month, so it's not quite as hectic and constant as it was this past month, unless the schedule changes, but I don't think they're really going to change it too much if they do. I'm not sure. We'll see. But yeah, for the next couple weeks, I should be able to return to uploading every other day like I usually try to, and then I don't know what's going to happen the next time I go away, because I probably won't be able to have as many videos scheduled for while I'm gone. But back to the build for a bit. Right now I'm finishing up the bedroom, which is pretty, I know, it's pretty grungy looking, but then there's a few nice things in there like the bed and the mirror, I guess, and the dresser. I don't know, a few things in there are nice, but yeah, it's got that really gross stained carpet in there because I just, again, really wanted this apartment to look like it just needs a bit of TLC. It's definitely a bit dated. Things haven't been updated as frequently as they should have been, and right now we are working on the bathroom, which I think is a bit bigger than it was originally in this apartment. Oh, and I also stuck that little pipe thing in its own separate room because I didn't really want to include it as part of the bathroom, and then I also didn't want it to just be right off of the living room. I didn't want to just be able to see that from the living room. So I thought it worked pretty well just to stick it in its own little 2x1 closet area, so they should be able to get in there and get to it if it messes up, but you can't see it, so that's nice. But anyway, we're about at the end of the building parts, so if you want to download this, there'll be a link to do so in the description, and I'll have other stuff in there on how to find it in-game. And with that, I hope you enjoyed the rest of the video.